Hi, my name is Dawn, and this is Have That Talk. Today, I want to talk about those moments when you are the butt of the joke. How does that feel? You know, those moments where a group of you are standing around the coffee machine, talking about the weekend or what your plans for the evening are, and then somebody drops a line about your accent. You know, just a throwaway comment. And somebody else then tries to impersonate you, and everybody laughs. What do you do then? You could respond by saying how inappropriate that is, or how hurtful that comment was. But then you might be confronted with the classic, oh, but it was just a joke. Can't you take a joke? I was just being funny. Do you have no sense of humor? And everybody laughs even more. Is that a better outcome? Because what's happening here is a dynamic where those who are laughing feel like they're part of the same group and they see you as an outsider. And maybe you are. You're new to the team, you come from a different background, or even from a different part of the company, and they just don't know you. And so the weird thing happening here is that this banter, this humor, is also a test. It's like an exam that you have to take to then become part of the group. So humor is being used both as a weapon, but also as an invitation. And this is where your emotional intelligence needs to kick in. If you want to be part of that group, what is your entry card? Banter could be your ticket in. So going back to that situation with a comment about your accent, you could play along and say, exaggerate it even more. Reflect back what they've thrown you by amplifying it. This is a trick that many comedians use. They observe a situation, amplify it, and it becomes even funnier. Or you could switch over to a different kind of humor, a more kind of dry, ironic humor, and respond by saying, oh, you're so funny, and just continue making your coffee. And then just leave the room. Water off a duck's back. And what about those situations where you're in the in group and somebody else is on the receiving end of the banter? Do you step in? Do you bring them into the fold? How do you do that? Well, first of all, you can be the first person that says to the outsider, oh, that's just a joke. That's just the way we are here. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. You can do this either in the moment or afterwards as everybody is leaving the coffee corner. Just take them aside and say, hey, don't worry about it. But it takes courage to do that. It takes courage to speak up for yourself, and it also takes courage to be the one person in the group that speaks up for the other. Either way, don't ignore it. So the next time you hear something like, oh, it's a joke, we're just teasing you, understand it's not something personal, but something important for the team dynamic. And this will help you frame your response when you speak up and have that talk. Okay? I'll see you next time.